Sevgili İstanbullular,
Dear
değerli
Istanbulites,
misafirler,
valuable guests,
kıymetli kardeşlerim,
my valuable
sizleri
brothers
en
and
kalbi duygularımla,
sisters, I would like to greet you
muhabbetle
all
selamlıyorum.
wholeheartedly and with affection.
Ramazan-ı Şerifinizi
And I
ve bin
wish
aydan
everyone
daha hayırlı olduğu müjdelenen Kadir
a
gecenizi
Mubarak Ramadan
tebrik ediyorum.
and wish everyone
Rabbimden bizleri
again
bu
a
mübarek
Mubarak
günlerin hürmetine,
Laylatul
rahmetine,
Qadr,
mağfiretine,
a night which
affına,
is
ikramına,
of the most
bereketine
benediction
nail
of
eylemesini
1,000
diliyorum.
nights. I pray to God
İstanbul
so that He
Mushaf'ı
blesses
tanıtım
us
töreni
with the
vesilesiyle
forgiveness
sizlerle bir
benediction
araya gelmekten
and
memnuniyet duyuyorum. Bu eser
greatness of this
İslam
night.
medeniyetinde
I'm
bu
very
alanda
happy to be
ekol haline
at
gelmiş
this great
10 farklı
monument
dönemin
in
yeniden
the debut of the
yorumlanmasıyla
Mushaf,
hazırlanmıştır.
Istanbul.
Türk
This
İslam
was
sanatının
prepared
en güzide
with an accumulation
eserlerinden
of
biri
great works
olarak
of art. As one of the most
tarihimizdeki yerini
distinctive
alacağına inandığım İstanbul Mushaf'ını
work
hazırlayan
of the Turkish
Hüseyin
arts,
Kutlu hocamızı
the Istanbul
şahsım
Mushaf was
ailem,
prepared by
milletim
Hüseyin
adına
Mutlu,
tebrik ediyorum.
and I would like to congratulate him personally and on behalf of my nation and family.
Bilindiği gibi İstanbul
As reckoned, Istanbul
ecdadın alimlere ve
has been the
sanatkarlara
place
gösterdiği ilgi,
where we have
sağladığı
seen our
itibar,
ancestors showing much
verdiği
interest
destek
into
sayesinde
wise men,
asırlar boyunca
artists, and scientists,
doğudan ve
and
batıdan gelen
have
pek
shown
çok
them
ilim
much
ve
support.
sanat
And
erbabına
for
ev
centuries,
sahipliği
it
yapmıştır.
hosted many
Özellikle
masters of
hat
science
sanatının
and
İslam
arts, in
dünyasındaki
particular calligraphy
güzide
in the
isimleri
Islamic
İstanbul'a göç
world
ederek
has made
faaliyetlerini
the
burada
most distinctive
sürdürmüşlerdir.
figures move to
Fatih Sultan
Istanbul, and they
Mehmet
carried
Han'dan
on with
günümüze
their
İslam
activities
ve
here.
Türk
From the
coğrafyalarının
Mehmet
kültür,
Sultan Han
sanat,
to our day, for
edebiyat merkezi
culture,
olan İstanbul,
arts, and
bu
literature,
alanlarda
Istanbul
dünyaya da
has
yön
been
vermiştir.
a hub. And
Şam'da,
Istanbul also has given direction
Bağdat'ta,
to the whole world.
Tebriz'de,
In Baghdad,
İsfahan'da
Tabriz,
ve diğer
Damascus,
pek çok
Isfahan,
yerde
and in many other
boyutlanan İslam
places,
sanatları
the arts of the
İstanbul'da
Islamic
yeni
arts
bir
that
tertibe bürünerek
started
en
blossoming,
güzel
started flourishing,
hallerini
and reorganized in
almışlardır.
Istanbul and
Şeyh
came to
Hamdullah,
take their
Hafız
most
Osman,
beautiful form. Sheikh
Karahisari,
Alhamdulillah Hafiz
Muzasker
Osman,
Mustafa
Kara
İzzet
İsrahi,
Efendi,
Mustafa
Mustafa Rakım
İzzet
Efendi
Efendi,
gibi
Mustafa
sanatkarlar
Rakım Efendi,
büyük emek
like
ve vakit harcayarak
artists, spent
Mushaf-ı
much
Şerif
time
geleneğini
and a lot of
ortak değerler
efforts to
etrafında
bring the tradition
İstanbul'da
of
yeni bir
Musaf
biçime
Sharif and
kavuşturmuşlardır.
gave it
Nitekim
a new
Kur'an-ı
form
Kerim
in Istanbul.
Hicaz'da nazil
As a
oldu,
matter of fact,
Mısır'da
Quran
okundu,
Kareem was
İstanbul'da
ascended in
yazıldı
Hijaz,
sözü işte
recited
bu geleneğin
in
ulaştığı
Egypt,
seviyeyi
and written
ifade
in
ediyor.
Istanbul has been
Hamdolsun
the phrase
asırlar
that
boyunca bu çizgi
does
kırılmadan,
express this
kesintiye
tradition. For
uğramadan,
centuries, this
bozulmadan
line was not
günümüze
disrupted,
kadar
not interrupted,
gelmiştir.
and lost its core value and
Hayatımızın
made it
her
to our
alanında
day.
ama özellikle
In
de
all spheres of
geleneğe
our
bağlı
lives,
sanatlarımızı
especially
yozlaşmaya
in
karşı
terms
korumak
of arts
mecburiyetindeyiz.
with tradition,
Hele hele
we
konu
have to
Kur'an-ı
protect
Kerim ise
against
burada
corruption,
asla
and even more
riya,
so if it's
kibir,
a Quran
aksi
of issue,
alemlik söz
then
konusu
conceitfulness
olamaz.
or arrogance or
İstanbul'un
whatsoever can
hat
never be of
sanatının
issue.
merkezi olmayı sürdürmesi,
The fact that Istanbul
medeniyetimizin
continues to
bu
be the
alandaki
center of the
gücünün,
realm
tarihimizin
of calligraphy
devamlılığını,
is an expression
geleceğimizin
of the
aydınlığını
strength of our civilization,
göstermektedir.
continuity of our history, and also the
Maziden
brightness of our
atiye
future.
kurduğumuz
The
köprünün
bridge we
en güçlü
established from our
ayaklarından biri
past
olan
into our
yazı
future
sanatımızın
has as
bugünkü
its
temsilcilerini
one strongest
saygıyla
pillar
selamlıyorum.
is the
Değerli misafirler,
art of
hepimizin de bildiği
calligraphy, and
gibi
I salute them
Kur'an-ı Kerim'in
with respect.
ilk
Distinguished
emri
guests, as
oku,
known by
ayeti,
everyone, the
onu
first
takip
order
eden
of Quran
ikinci
is
hatırlatması
to
da
read.
yaz
Iqra, and
tetkinidir.
its second
Rabbimizin
order
biz
is
kullarına
to
okumayı
write.
ve
God has
kalemle
ordered
yazmayı
us
öğretmesini
all to
elbette
read and
bir
to
sebebi
write.
vardır.
with pens, and of course there is one reason for it. Both of those orders indeed teach what humans do not know. It is combined with its order and reflects and signifies the strength of power. In our culture and civilization, writing in and out of itself is so precious that our forebears never consented even a piece of paper on which there is the slightest writing to be stepped on. The great wise man and mutasafir Malala Hamdi Nazar's brother shared a memory with us. The late Yazar, at the age of 13, came to Istanbul to learn sciences, and at Ayasofya Sofia Madrasa, he served a figure and hoped for his blessings. And this person's room doors, a treasure, was a bit elevated. And the late Yazar, to make sure that this figure Kamil Efendi could step in and out of his room, placed the cap placed a cap on the threshold of the door. And the next morning, Kamil Efendi saw what he placed, and he said to him the next morning that you placed such a cover of a watermelon under our food that there is nothing else needed. And Yazar was astonished. However, Kamil Efendi went on. The Muslim and the non-Muslim has writing, but does writing have any Muslim or non-Muslim? Isn't what is done with one not done with the other? What is to the benefit and for the truth is to be with writing. In Akadam Surah, Allah ordered for the writing and for the written, and has He done that for nothing, my child, he said to him. Oh, be cautious, he said. That's why in our culture, writing and what's written is due respected. And when it is Quran as a written great piece, then we see Mushafs come our way. And Istanbul Mushaf is one of the epitomes of such a great tradition of Mushafs. May God bless the builder of it. My dear guest citizens, my dear brothers and sisters, history witnessed the rise and fall of great civilizations over history, and over the past 2 centuries, the Europe and America centered Western civilization did rise. With no doubt, from of course colonialism to slaving, all the way to exploitism, there have been many dimensions to it. However, the Western civilization, with its arts, culture, cinema, TV shows, music, painting, sports, in other words, in modern expressions, with its content creation of soft power, invaded the whole world. Of course, technology and its content in and out of it itself should be separated well. For example, internet, social media, or the like applications, of course, can be used by everyone as of their liberties. and rights. If you do not produce the content of it, if do not manage its language and messages, then what you consider as your right and as your right can very shortly take you captive as a weapon. Similar things, examples can be given for other media of social media. The fact that these media has started being converted into instruments of fascism uh, pushes the world towards a greater threat than ever before. The calamities, oppressions, and sufferings of the past obviously were not enough for some to draw lessons from. That the world is now faced with an era when xenophobia, Islamophobia, and racism are on the rise. In the elections in Europe, the racist parties become a partner to government and even find support to make them come to office on their own. And this is a picture that is rather upsetting. As Muslims, the biggest strength, the biggest opportunity we have against all these developments, with no doubt, is our faith, our belief, and with that, our unity, our togetherness. Along with that, by way of removing our ability of resurrecting our civilization, we can overcome impositions and insistings and even attacks. Of course, those who slap us on the face or make us stumble, who attack our dignity, will never be tolerated. By way of strengthening our state, by improving our economy, by reorganizing our social and political unity, we will continue with our efforts. However, while doing so, the main spheres of soft power, arts, literature, academy, media, sports, culture, will not be neglected. Just like for the other fields, we will show close attention to these fields as well. For this reason, the more we tackle the needs and shortcomings of our infrastructure, fundamental infrastructure, the more we meet the needs of our people, the more we have started concentrating on these fields. Our architecture was renovated and with a new understanding it has been as we constructed Mimar Sinan Mosque and also the great Çamlıca Mosque and all we have done in Ankara. And also Barbaros Hayrettin Pasha Mosque being constructed in Levent district of Istanbul. These were all done with this mentality. Our forebears with Selimiye, Süleymaniye, Sultan Ahmed and Fatih mosques built those great works of art, these great monuments, and as the grandchildren of such ancestry we are to take such steps ahead towards this direction we said, and we have taken those steps and we will continue doing so. Some may be disturbed. Let them be all disturbed uh, as much as they can. And just because some are, we will not step back. Even more so from TV shows to music, from computer games to all other fields, we are now opening to the whole world with our rich content of culture and arts. Our scientists, literary figures, NGO representatives, our athletes are, alhamdulillah, appreciated and recognized with their international work. And Istanbul Mushaf is Another sign and symbol of the growth, the evolution of our civilization in this field. And the biggest act after the Ottomans is the fact that this was done in the Republican history. And of course, the rest of it should follow. Hüseyin Kutlu. I would like to thank Jewem for his efforts, great work, and trials for what he has done. I would like to share my love and respect with each and every one, and I once again hope that Laylatul Qadr will be a cause for the unity, the unison of the whole Islamic world. And I pray to God so that He also blesses us with a Eid al-Fitr as He has done so for this holy month of Ramadan. Thank you all very much.
Cumhurbaşkanımız Sayın Recep Tayyip Erdoğan'a konuşmaları için çok teşekkür ediyor ve Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımızı bir müddet daha sahnede misafir